So anybody who wants to photobomb or say something, go ahead. But this is the summary of the day. Composition of functions. You have to be able to break it down. You also have to be able to do composition of functions, substitute one into the other. But for chain rule purposes, and you know, remember my chain rule story, you got to be able to do this. It is a necessary skill. Take the time to get it down because it's not hard. So in this case, H is the most inside. So what do you want to have for H? Or let's start from the outside. F is the outside. What's F? Square root of x. Not just buns naked square root. You can't write that because the problem says square root of what? Well, you have to mark in a substitution place. So what's G? Go.
X squared.
Good. You said it like you didn't know. Here's another tip. It's going on the video. For your college life, always answer as if you are right, especially when you have a crazy answer. It is so brilliant. You guys, imagine you're in a class, okay, and the professor thinks you're smart, and the answer is 7, and you say 3,000. You know, and the professor, they look at the problem because they think, well, you're never wrong. What'd you say that for? You break their brain for a moment. It's a cool thing to do. Anyway, x squared is right. But let's see if you understand. Then what does h have to be?
X minus 7.
You understand. Another way to think about it is be the problem. You know, build it like a house. Outermost, there's the square root. Then there's the minus 7. Oh, wait, let's see if this is right. This might not be right. It's not right. It's not right. As I'm building it, yes, as I'm building it, oh, I'm sorry. As I'm looking at this, it's G of h would be squared of x minus 7. And that's not what we have. That's not what we have. So you didn't quite get it, but you're almost there. Let's try it again. Let's try it on that side of the room. A good start with the square root, though. As I'm looking at it, it's like, no, wait a second. You got to check your answer here. Go ahead.
So G would be x minus 7.
I think so.
And h would be x squared.
I think so. Yeah. Here's another way to think about it that I was talking about when I realized we had it wrong. B the x. What's the first thing that happens to x? X squared. So that's the innermost. What's the next thing that happens? Subtract 7. That's the middle. And what's the last thing you do? Square root. That's the outside. You can look at it like that. It's really important to understand that there's structure to this thing. All right, next up. That limit is sine of 3. There's nothing stopping you from taking that limit. Now that would be 3 radians, not degrees. Because the book will mark degrees when they mean degrees. But that was just a buns naked 3. That's sine of 3 radians. Pi is 3.14 radians. So this would be sine of almost pi. Leave it like that. You can get out your calculator and do it if you want to, but that'll be the book answer. That's exact. What this dude? 2? 2. I'm not seeing the 2. Oh, you're wrong.
Yeah, it'd be 1/2.
I think you might be right. Let's see. I don't think it's 1/2. Let's give it a try. No, you're answering. How'd you factor the downstairs? Did you factor it like that?
No, I did not.
Oh, you did x squared minus 1. You did difference of squares. I don't have difference of squares. I have x minus 1. So look, the x minus 1 is the poison pill. It's the thing that's making the denominator 0, and I got 2 of them. I can cancel 1. So what's this answer? Say it louder. I didn't hear you.
1 over x minus 1.
No, well, you can write it as this. Limit as x approaches 1 of 1 over x minus 1. That's right if you write the limit in front. But what's the final answer? Does not exist. You guys, sometimes this happens. You started out with 0 over 0, but you got too many zeros, too many powerful zeros happening in the denominator. You can't get rid of them. This guy we can do. Isn't this guy x minus 30 times x plus 30? Isn't this doable? Right? Isn't that right? Did I factor it right? This is crucial. The x minus 30's bite the bullet. I can take the limit. And it's the x approaches 30, 60 is the correct answer. That's your homework type of stuff to be able to do. All right? Now, when I go into this recording mode, you are welcome to stay, but I also know that you got to get on to your next class. This class dismisses at 9:05. And I'd like to dismiss a little bit before 9:05 because you got to go out the room not crowded, and you got to go into your next room not crowded, and we're out here on the far edge of the campus. So I'm going to let out like 9:02, 9:03, or like today. Okay? So when I'm recording and you want to get going because your next class is far away, get going. I'm not going to yell at you because you can always watch the video. You have to stay for it. All right, you guys? I love you all. Thanks for being here. See, go ahead, question.
Is there an access code for Course Connect?
Yeah.
You signed in as an Aquinas student.
If you
the
don't
code.
have
Access
access
code.
code, the-
I have a code?
It's probably the
It's
last
probably
name.
just Aquinas.
Let me go.
If you haven't changed